I never didn't believe in Bigfoot. I never believed in it, didn't believe in it. I never gave it any thought.
They kept wood knocking back and forth to each other, and it was in a pattern.
Barn owls don't typically throw rocks.
I come across these tracks.
Sasquatch is still not on my mind.
Hello, everyone out there on this snowy, icy Thursday. We got old Mike Familant back again from the Shadow of the Big Red Eye, and he's joining us here. He's the guest tonight, not the co-host. Everybody, just do me a favor and subscribe if you haven't already, and share it with your buddies. And let's get to it. Mike was good enough to be a co-host with legendary Robert Leiterman earlier.
Yeah, that was an awesome time. I appreciate it again for having me there. That was great. I learned he was a wealth of knowledge.
Oh man, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything either. I tried to be funny. I'm like, no, I'm just gonna sit back. I turned my mic off for an hour. No one noticed. Yeah, we got some people in the chat. We got Wendell. He's here. We got a Ristel and a Facebook user. I don't know who that is because it's in a private group and they haven't worked that bug out yet. So until then, you're incognito.
Incognito.
Yeah, I posted to my private group, and so whoever comments there is like hello.
Nice.
Yeah, if you want to be recognized, Facebook user, go to YouTube. So, Mike, tell us about the research project you got coming up where you're doing your world tour.
Oh yeah, world tour. I wouldn't say world, not yet anyway, but East Coast tour, we will say. So what I do is I go around. I have a library presentation, an hour-long library presentation, and I speak. I email libraries where I want to go, and they're like, "Oh, your program sounds awesome. Why don't you come?" And they book me. So I go up to the library, I do my presentation, then I camp at state parks, national forests, whatever have you, wherever that library is close by to there, and I film my show in the Shadow of Big Red Eye. It's like a win-win-win-win win.
It sounds fun. Does it get a lot of attention in libraries? Because I know that for 20 years nobody went to libraries, and now it's like they're coming back.
Yeah, our average library show attendance last year was 29 people, I believe it was. So pretty big. I mean, that's awesome for a little library in nowhere, Maine.
Really? Yeah, it is. Is it kind of like the when you watch that Bobo show, Finding Bigfoot, how they go to the town hall and people have sightings and raise their hands like I saw him.
Yeah. I do that. I ask hey, does in the very beginning, I do ask does anybody have a sighting? Would you like to share your sighting type of thing? I don't do the whole come up and plot it on a map thing like they do.
No,
I think that's a little much, I think, but it is cool. You meet a lot of really interesting people. I've met a lot of new friends that I've met along the road, and just camping and doing my library tours and stuff. And we just announced that I'm going to be doing the Mike Familant Search in America Tour 24 coming up, Maine to Florida to Indiana to Kentucky to Georgia to I think we're doing 20 states this year. So we got it down pat.
You're going to the deepest, darkest part of Alabama.
Yeah.
Down there in Choctaw County. My brother-in-law is a state trooper down there where you're going.
Oh, if he pulls me over, that's going to be bad news.
Just flick him a donut, he'll run off. Although I don't think he's on the road anymore. I think he's teaching in the academy.
Oh yeah, he graduated.
Yeah,
graduated from road patrol.
You never know. He may get back. He may have what's it called, internal investigations. You're getting back on the beat, buddy.
Yeah.
Career's over. You're gonna be a beat cop.
No, but what I'm super excited, we're gonna be in let's see, where are we gonna be down there? Let me take a look real quick. We're gonna be in Alabama in Choctaw County,
But
Greenville, Butler County, and then way down Foley, Alabama,
holy,
down
huh?
by the shore there, by Florida, I guess it is. But the coolest thing, we're actually going to go to Mississippi. We're going to be in Long Beach, Mississippi, and we're going to be going to. I've never been, so I've always wanted to go there. We're going to go to New Orleans and hang out there and have lunch there. So why not, right? Do it while we're on the road.
Yeah, New Orleans is something I've never done. I've been to Savannah a few times, and it's kind of like New Orleans light. But I have my wife's friend from college is like a chef there at the Culinary Academy.
Cool.
It's like a standing invitation to come to get like this New Orleans food tour.
Yeah, that's
And I'll remember it about every 18 months. I'm like, we should go down there.
Yeah,
because I'm a foodie. Hell, it about killed me. I got too much of a foodie, and I just like if I get someplace like that and get in the local culture, I just turn into this. I can't stop. Like I want all of it. Like what is that?
Yeah.
What is that? What is that? What is that? Like I want to do Anthony Bourdain kind of foodie stuff, like where you get to kill the animal first.
there you go.
I love that.
Yeah.
Stuff. But it's just it. I get to where I like it. I don't think about how full I'm getting because I'm just like, so good.
Yeah.
Like
No,
beignets, son, beignets. Anytime I get near a beignet, I'm like, I can't stop. Like, how do these exist in nature? You can buy booze in a store and beignets in a bake shop. I'm like, this stuff should not be legal. They're too good.
Yeah. So yeah. I'm super excited. Let's see. We got we're currently, if anybody listens to the podcast and is interested in booking me, we're booking like July forward right now. So you can email me or go to any of my social medias and that, whatever. That's cool there.
Is there any particular reason you pick those places? Or is it just because they're down the interstate?
They pay me?
They pay they book you?
Yeah, the libraries do. Yeah.
Okay. It makes sense now. I was like, because that's a very sporadic down the interstate there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll take I'll either pick like for I'm doing I just did Maine libraries. I'm doing my Maine tour now, scheduling it. So what I did was I didn't have the location in Maine that I wanted to go, so I just emailed every library in Maine. And the ones who got back to me, I was like, okay, let's try to make a somewhat logistical approach to where I'm going to be. And that's where I'll pick to camp kind of in the middle of wherever the libraries are.
Yeah. And going down to Foley, you're there at I-10. So you can just hit the little inlet there.
Yeah. I'm excited to I'm hoping that we could stop if we have time. We're going to try to stop in Torreya State Park, which is right off of I-10 in Florida. There, that's where actually Stacy Brown got his thermal footage, and I had my first encounter there where I got rocks thrown at me. So that was hopefully we could stop back there and take a little walk through the woods there. It'd be really cool.
Let me see. Mike Bluler, like one of the best Bigfoot stories I've ever heard. He's from Biloxi.
Oh yeah.
And I was gonna say, I don't know if that could be something to be arranged where he comes to that library and talks to you, but that'd be kind of cool if he could. He got like attacked in a tree stand just north of I-10.
Oh, I'd love to hear his story. That'd be cool.
I'll send it to you. He came on my show, and he comes on a bunch of shows and tells it. But I'm like, I begged him, like, come on, man, tell that story. I was like, I wanted a little story, my little collection, my little bag.
Yeah.
I look like a little elf, just stuffing it and tying it shut. I got it now.
Send me his information. I'll get in touch with him for sure.
He's and you say you're going like right through where he's from too.
Oh, neat, cool. Yeah,
I just like
come out swatch with this.
Were the rocks thrown at you or near you?
So they were thrown. They all landed like 5 to 10 feet away from us. So it was like, and they were intentional. There were 5 rocks, and they definitely were intentionally at us, but didn't hit us. I think intentionally. So, and then kind of the sum of the story up is my buddy took one of the rocks, and they were fist size. He took one of the rocks and he threw it back at the direction of where it came from. and then about 3 seconds later, a laptop-sized rock came
Oh my
crashed
God.
down and landed like 5 feet from us. So that was the first thing. That was my first ever time even camping. I was like growing up, I was like an inside kid. So that was crazy.
Man, that was a laptop size rock. So that's like 30 pounds.
Yeah, give or take. I would say like 25 pounds or so. Yeah. And it's
See,
came crashing down through the woods. Like it wasn't like it wasn't tossed. You know what I mean? It came like you heard it come
like rolled.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's the kind of thing like you can't like dude in the suit kind of thing.
Yeah. No,
like it's
exactly.
and as random as it probably happened, like somebody wasn't there just messing with you.
Well, you know, in all honesty, we were there on a Bigfoot expedition trip, right? So I wouldn't put it past anybody there to initially like try to hoax us.
Yeah, to throw some rocks and pebbles.
Yeah, okay, I get it. But then you get the laptop size thing, the rock, the 30-pounder, and that you can't, you know, that's outside of human range for sure. No question about it.
And it's attempted murder.
That is true. This is
aggravated assault at best.
Aggravated assault.
It's like that Jeff Foxworthy song where he shot at Santa Claus. He goes, "That's assault with intent, Roy." But yeah, that the Robert Leiderman, the guy we were talking to a couple weeks ago, his friend Daniel was talking about, like, Daniel's the Bigfoot Times guy, Daniel Perez.
Oh yeah,
and he was saying his experience. He was 17 and they woke him up, said, "Get up, they're throwing rocks at us." And he looked and there was a guy coming down the hill in socks. He says, wearing socks. He goes, "He must have been the one doing it." And the guy got down to the bottom of the hill and the rocks kept coming.
Oh,
God. So that's just the most real thing. Like, I think if that started happening, you're like, well, this is real now. I don't know what it is, but something in those woods are throwing rock, and it's not a person because we're all here.
Yeah. Everybody's accounted for at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's crazy.
Is that what time yours happened? 2 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, 2 o'clocker. Yeah, we were up. Me and my buddy, we were up watching a meteor shower. We're the only people, you know. Well, I couldn't say we're the only people up. I don't know that, but we were up watching a meteor shower, and at first we heard, and this is why I thought it was like somebody hoaxing us, because at first we heard like a knock, and I was like, okay, you know, whatever. And then we heard a knock from the complete opposite direction about 2 minutes later.
Really?
So I was like, man, these people are good. You know, they're knocking back and forth. And then the first rock came and I'm like, wow, these people got some cojones. You know, they're knocking on trees. They're throwing rocks at us. That's crazy. And then, you know, and then the laptop size one came, and that was just, that was it. You know, nothing else happened the rest of the night. I asked everybody else the next day that was at the expedition, hey, did anybody see or hear anything? And nobody did. Right. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, don't know what that could have been besides like a squatch or something like that.
How far away from the other campers were you?
We were probably about 50 yards or so.
Okay, so you were split up pretty well then.
Yeah. We camped 50 yards away or so because we thought everybody there is going to be weird. Because they're all looking for Bigfoot, right? So we're like,
as you were looking for Bigfoot.
Well, yeah, we went. So we went as like, I wasn't into Bigfoot at all. I saw this thing on I saw Finding Bigfoot on TV, and they were like, hey, if you want to come on an expedition, you can sign up. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll sign up. And like I said, an inside kid growing up, never thought twice about Bigfoot, but I was like, oh man, let's go out and look for a creature in the woods like Bigfoot that may not exist, and let's like laugh at all these other people that are doing it. That's okay. This sounds like a fun time, regardless of if I believe or not, right? So we did that, and then I left. You know, those 15 minutes changed the direction of my life for the rest of my life. It was crazy.
It's funny that you had that intent going in, and you were the only one that experienced it.
Yeah. Nobody else had any activity the entire trip too, so it was just us. It was very one-off.
You got summoned.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody today. He's going to be on. He does like little mini docs in these national parks. He was saying that he felt like he's being drawn toward it.
Oh yeah,
Like he said he just has to find. He doesn't know why, but he has to get out there and do it. I was like,
looking for Bigfoot.
yeah, it's like, I kind of feel that way as well because I didn't want to do a show on Bigfoot, but here I am.
Here we are.
Like I told you earlier, I just had this. I had stand-up comedians and war veterans, and all of a sudden it just the wheel on the pirate ship, how they do it like this. Just it turned straight toward Bigfoot. I'm like, I'm not even trying. Here we are.
That's what Bigfoot does to you. Wheels you in like that, brings you in.
I think it's what I was. It's fun. It doesn't hurt the fact. I don't know if it's anything necessarily supernatural, but like it's a subject that I was always into since like 94, 93 at the earliest, when I was like 10, 11 years old. And I bought this little scary ghost book at like the book fair. And it had like a Sasquatch story in it. And I read it. I became just obsessed with it. I'm like, this is the coolest thing ever. What if this is real? And anytime any subject came on TV, you'd see the little people see it with the old video camera on the news back in the late 90s. I'm like, what is that? Really? And that guy said he's had a dead one in his freezer.
Yeah.
I was like, what? He's got a dead one in his freezer.
That's awesome.
that was remember the dead one? And it was
they took him on tour, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was insane. And they were paying money. People had to pay money to go see this thing. Oh,
turned out it was a possum.
God.
Possum hair.
And this is why we can't have nice things, people, And
there was a comedian that said he had one too, but it turned out he was just being ironic, just being funny. That was, but the head was like the size of a 55-gallon drum.
Oh, geez.
They'd made it look so funny.
Nice. That's funny. Yeah.
I remember how disappointed I was about the frozen one though. I was like, oh man, I thought we had it. We had one there.
It's so close, but yet so far. Yeah,
I was still in college then. I didn't know anything. Like, what is this? Oh, that's tomorrow night. But you can stay for tonight.
Sorry, I'm not a chick.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm definitely not as
the bearded lady.
Yeah. I would just imagine logging on expecting some beautiful lady and then seeing me. What a letdown that would be.
Welcome to chat roulette from hell. I mean, I could probably messenger her and get her on here. I mean, she's got a kid to put to bed. Like, hey Natasha, hurry up, hang up. She's gonna be tomorrow night. It's a Friday night special.
Oh, man.
Can't wait. Like my 7 days of straight podcasting. Where's the conspiracy chick? I feel like we've disappointed him. It's like, okay, already ready. Here comes the look at this. Wait a minute, that's just some guy named Mike.
No, Mike. No way.
Mike from Maine?
Jersey.
Oh yeah, you were doing a Maine tour. I was thinking Adam Began's from Maine.
There's a couple good investigators up in Maine that I'm hoping to connect with while I'm up there, for sure.
Hey, go get 100 people in the chat. Share it with everybody. I don't care. I'm growing here. I'm figuring this out as we go along. I mean, you're witnessing clay being molded in front of your eyes every week when I come on here. Every week I find one little tidbit of something to do to make it just a little bit better.
Get that one extra follower.
Oh yeah, right? I mean, just try one extra thing. I got a notepad. Look at this. I got a notepad full of. I can just write down little things I figure out along the way and just add it as I go.
That's like professional, man.
Yeah, I even got stickers from Amazon on it. See, Kevin will recognize it. Me. This is the company. My notepad my company gave me. Oh, is this Duffy? Come on. Maybe if you wouldn't say mean things in the chat, people wouldn't censor you. I should weaponize Duffy. He always comes in here and tells everybody they're stupid. He tries to sell them hairy lollipops. I'm like, oh,
hairy lollipops.
Yeah, he feeds Bigfoot with lollipops, and they leave the sticks there with hair stuck to it.
Oh,
and he'll
That's
sell
an
you a hairy.
interesting
He'll
way to-
sell you a hairy lollipop for $100.
Interesting. It's an interesting way to get DNA samples, I suppose, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's just crazy enough to be honest. So I believe him, man. He's not like a silver-tongued devil. Hey, you want to buy a hairy lollipop or an unwrapped Snickers bar? What did he say? I told Tate Honus had mad respect for him, moderators in his chat, and he blocked me for this comment. I don't know. One time you told Brian Bowden that he was stupid. I had to block you that day, but I let you back in. Second chances. Bigfoot's drool, saliva samples on a plate. Ooh. Is that Mississippi thing the only thing that's ever happened as far as like a sighting for you? Have you ever had any like other kind of evidence that you run into?
What's that with besides the rock throws?
Yeah, like you ever been
Oh,
like
man.
investigation with actual people that had stuff like that?
Yeah, we came across a 15.5 incher footprint in High Point State Park, New Jersey. That was cool. That was in the snow. That was 10 years ago, almost to the day, actually, almost just under 10 years ago. We got some vocalizations of Bigfoot howl that I sent away to a linguist from the military. And he came back and with this like 5-page report said, because of X, Y, and Z, this is outside of human vocal range and it's no known animal, right? So that's pretty cool. Let's see, just this year, up in Whitehall, New York, we were actually camping in Half Moon Pond State Park in Hubbardton, Vermont. And we did this like 2-mile hike outside of camp, and we got a nice little vocalization back, which is cool. We did a howl, and we got a nice whoop back, which is really cool.
Does it sound like, not to bring up our buddy Daniel again, but his show comes on and they play those whoops, that famous oh. Does it sound like that?
This one did not. This one sounded very human-like, which is weird. That's why, like, the person that I was with, or the people that I was with 3 other people. 2 of them were like, "Oh, that's definitely something," because they haven't been in the woods too often, so anything's a Bigfoot to them, right? The barred owl went off, and they're like, "Oh, that's Bigfoot." No, they know it's not. But
Jesus.
so that's the 2 new people. They thought it instantly was Bigfoot. And then I had somebody that was with me also who's new, and he's like, "That's a person. There's no way that's," and I'm like, "Dude, we're the only people on the trail, and we're 2 miles away from the trailhead. There's got it, and the things are coming like, I don't know. It's crazy." So but yeah, that was a pretty cool encounter too, and that was just this year.
That's sort of why I want to get out, because I'm actually going on an investigation within the next few days with a legit group.
Oh, cool.
And I've been like praying for the weather to hold out.
I was gonna say, yeah, you got to get snowed out or get shoveled out first.
It's going to do the other thing it does in Alabama, and the sky will try to kill you. So that's option B. It's actually usually option A. But like I want to go out there because I grew up like way out in the sticks. I grew up hunting and everything, and I lived in the woods. And I want to hear what people say are something that's possibly a phenomenon. I want to see if I can compare it to my experience, because I know everything in the Southeast, basically. And I'm sure there's a couple birds I haven't heard, but like, what was that? I'm like, I can probably identify it.
Yeah.
That's what interests me.
Well, that's something important that I think everybody needs to have when you go out in the woods, or at least somebody with that knowledge that you're with. You know what I mean? Because if you don't have that, you're just gonna misidentify anything.
Yeah. Like I'm not a biologist, but I don't think that I'm not going to be the easiest person to fool in the rural woods of the South anyway. Maybe in like British Columbia, I'd be like, I don't know what that was, or like the Pacific Northwest, like a lake loon. I don't know what that noise was, but here you're not going to fool me. Not as much. Right.
Yeah, that's cool.
Females do make barred owl calls.
Ooh,
Snap little trees.
That's good.
Oh yeah, I pride myself in it.
Wow, that was. I'm shocked. That was. I mean, touche.
I told you, man.
Wow.
I'll get to drinking by the river and start hooting them in. Would you quit making owl calls? Because that's whenever I first got my first vocal owl call audio sent to me, and it was just that. I'm like, it's an owl, man.
Yeah.
Do you, do you think that's a Bigfoot? They're like, no, it's the Bigfoot making that owl sound.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden you hear a rock hit a tin roof.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, that's where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
Because you probably heard it more than I have, but apparently when they do it, they don't do the trill at the end of it. They go woo. They sound like a monkey doing it from all intents and purposes.
Right. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if what is cool. Like I did hear. I did a barred owl call, and right before I got that vocalization back in High Point, so that was like that was kind of cool that we did that vocalization and got that response to it. But it wasn't a barred owl response; it was definitely like 3 sustained howls.
I wonder, like around here, and we're basically the same kind of wilderness from New Jersey to here.
Yeah,
and I wonder if, like in other parts of the world, where there are animals that aren't owls, but still make, like I'm sure there's a nocturnal bird niche in other places. I wonder if they make those same noises like anywhere else. Like in Australia, do they make like the cassowary or?
Yeah, oh, that's a good question. I don't know,
because that's one of those things like the Native Americans would do. Stuff you hear all the time. Bird noise. They make the bird noises and everything else. I wonder what they make. I wonder what they make everywhere else. What they make like in India. What's the Yeti do?
Yeah, well, I wonder what they sound like. That's true.
Sounds like a Mount Everest hiker.
Lost Mount Everest hiker somewhere.
Yeah.
Help!
What is Guffey talking about?
He's really going there in the chat.
Dude, you really want to turn him loose. He's like an alternative source of energy.
Yeah,
I don't know what he's talking about. You got to like go back through here.
Yeah, he's got some stuff to say. That's for sure.
Yeah, he said. I think this is Michigan Rob. He said females do make barred owl calls and also snap little twigs. Never heard an owl snapping the twigs. Well, my T-shirt, Michigan Rob, and or Facebook person. Where did it go? I love this T-shirt. The barred owls don't typically throw rocks.
There you go. Nice.
Available on BobbyDizzle.com. I don't know how much they are because it's the Teesprings and they're freaking highway robbery. But I did design it specifically for you people.
That's awesome.
Don't let me on the show. I'll shut the system down. Everything will melt. I'll let you on the show and mute myself. I'll just let you go. I don't care.
That would be one like last week where you just turned the microphone off for a week. I feel.
I just shut the camera off. Went to the bathroom at one point.
Yeah, you did.
Misty's listening. Misty knows all about the barred owls throwing rocks. One of the local people.
Oh, cool.
Hit that thumbs up. Yeah, the Maine. You said you're from you saw them in Maine. It's crazy that New Jersey has places like that have such a big sighting.
Yeah.
Density. Well, you don't think about it.
Yeah, if it makes sense though. We're the highest density populated state. So if there's Bigfoot here, which I think there are, there's going to be a boatload of sightings. I think there's not a whole lot of Bigfoot that live in the state of New Jersey. I think there's actually, and this is going to sound crazy to some people, but we look for Bigfoot, so why not? Let's go for it. And like 9 to 12 individual Bigfoot that live in the state. So I don't think there's a whole lot of them.
Is the part of New Jersey you find them in like the more I'll say rural part, but like the more wooded part?
Here's the thing. So if you look at the state of New Jersey, they travel counterclockwise around the state every 3rd year. Sightings increase by 80% every 3rd year around the state of New Jersey. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think they're nomadic. I think they follow the food. And I think they eat like what black bear eats. So that's like berries and stuff and a lot of berries. What's really cool is if you take a blackberry bush and you strip all the berries off of it and you break the bush at the end, right? It takes 3 years for that berry bush to grow berries again. So I think it's a 3-year nomadic cycle. They just follow those berries wherever they go.
Who discovered that?
Actually, I took it from there. I don't know his name. There's I believe he was some sort of science professor in the College of New Jersey.
Mhm.
But I actually mapped it out and I did like a whole lot of like Sussex County sightings, which is my county. We
Yeah,
have
it's a YouTube channel.
yeah. We actually have the highest number of Bigfoot sightings east of the Mississippi River per county, which is wild. There's 58 current sightings in the state, which is cool. Or in the county. Sorry, in my county.
Yeah, that's actually a scientific fact. I never had one of those on here.
Well, I'm glad to bring you some knowledge.
Bill freaking Nye over here. Beekman's world. That's interesting. Even even if they are kind of even if they can go interdimensional or whatever. I don't know. I don't know where you stand on that, but that actually would make sense if they do hop around just to places like that every 3 years and know it. That's a way to manage it.
I don't think they're interdimensional, but that would make sense if they are. I mean, just go where the food sources are, right? Appear where there's the most food. Sure.
I think that helps explain the fact that they do appear in places like that in Long Island. And
I don't know about Long Island. That's a one-off for me. I think that's a weird one.
Mike Colantonio swears by it. He gets them out there in those little patches of woods.
Yeah, I mean, and then, but you got to ask, what kind of are you interdimensional, paranormal, looking for Bigfoot, or are we biologically looking for Bigfoot? Because I think there's two very different things. On especially if you take Long Island, for example, biologically, I don't think there's a Bigfoot on Long Island, a biological Bigfoot. But interdimensionally, he could appear there. I'm not saying
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
it would lend itself more toward that if they could clip in and out and not have to be like all the time, just like a hidden ape.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the interdimensional thing. I'm not married to it.
It's fascinating, really. It just doesn't make too much sense to me. That's all.
Got to use your imagination.
Yeah. I don't have a good imagination.
That's my problem. I'll get on these boards and people are like, you have to be scientific. I'm like, do you? I mean, it's all fun and games. You got to make it. It's like to me, it's like a Marvel universe.
Yeah, you gotta, you're dealing with something that is unexplained. So it's like you can't use. I mean, there's no way to know if you're going to use conventional means to try to find that creature. I don't know. It's just it's a wild thing. I think if anybody is looking for Bigfoot, whether you're a Bigfoot biologically believer or whatever believer, I think you're probably ahead of the game, right? Because at least you have a theory about Bigfoot. A lot of people don't even think twice about Bigfoot, and they're missing out.
I think that what people are seeing is actually a real thing. Now, where that real thing goes after they see it, that's where the variable is for me. Like when they see it, like you said, the blackberry thing. Yeah, they're eating blackberries, and it's got real weight and mass, and probably smells like dude. This is who Mike Blue. I was talking. He's got a clip on his intro that says has the smell of schmegma. I'm like, how do you know what schmegma smells like?
Yeah, what's schmegma?
I had to look that up. I'm like, oh god. Somebody had to smell it. And like, smells like a Bigfoot. Must be an Irish immigrant.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit. YouTube shut down on me. Look, don't have to be so difficult, Duff.
Some of the Jersey Devil sightings could be a hammerhead bat. That's true. Jersey Devil. You want to talk about Jersey Devil for a minute?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking around here. I'm having a good time.
Yeah. Jersey Devil, I think was like actually and is like a misidentified Bigfoot because the sightings are, nighttime sightings, 7 foot tall, screams at night with glowing red eyes. That says Bigfoot to me, right? I mean, Bigfoot doesn't fly, doesn't have wings, but I think that's kind of like a the game Telephone and how that
Mhm.
happens. I think that's kind of what happened with the Jersey Devil over years and years and years. I don't think it initially was a hammerhead bat because they're not from this continent, I don't believe. But I think one of the initial sightings back in the 1900s, one of the rash of sightings in the early 1900s might have been like a sandhill crane, because we
Mhm.
know they're from like Florida, South Carolina, Georgia. And I think like maybe like a weather pattern in 1909. Like in 1909, they closed schools and factories for a week because there were like 30, 40 sightings of the Jersey Devil.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was
You
like,
can't
it's
come
a
to work.
legit thing. It's all in the paper. It's all documented. They were finding footprints and stuff like that. But I think it was just like a misplaced sandhill crane. That's
Mhm.
just my theory anyway. But
Now,
you
Jason
tell,
McLean
yeah.
says he thinks it was a pterosaur.
Hmm.
That's crazy. I mean, not crazy, but like he said, he saw one when he was younger, and he thinks like the way they describe the Jersey Devil sometimes it's like might be one of those.
Yeah. A winged cryptid or a winged
Mhm.
dinosaur. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think, if there was something living in New Jersey, like the Jersey Devil, it would definitely be in the Pine Barrens. That's a creepy place.
Mhm.
1.1 million acres of literally nothing. It's crazy.
That could be why there's a lot of stuff like that in New Jersey.
Hmm. Yeah, well, that's a dumping ground for the mafia. We know the
Mhm.
Pine Barrens. Yep,
Yep.
that's well documented. So that's creep factor. I was down there a couple years ago, and we were just driving, and we were intentionally trying to get lost. Like we were just taking these turns just to try to get lost, because we had good cell phone service. We weren't going to get lost, but we wanted to get as deep as we possibly could into
Mhm.
the Pine Barrens. And when we got as deep as we possibly could in the Pine Barrens, we found a car, just a car chilling with the engine on, lights on, and everything. And it's like, what is going on? Like, come on. Like, that's got like, unless they were like doing the same thing that we were doing, try to find the middle of the Pine Barrens, there's no way that car was up to anything good. I
Just
don't
sitting
know.
there running. So you know
Just
the people
chilling.
are
Yeah, and we didn't stick around to find out. We were just like, oh, okay, found it. See ya. Yep.
get the hell out of there. End up witness protection.
Yeah. Well, and then we got stopped by the park police. That was a fun one because we were at a memorial that closes at night. I didn't know it closed at night, but I was showing my friends it, and the park police pulled up, and we had to leave. So that kind of stunk too.
Better the park police than the mafia.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Do I amuse you?
That's fun going down there. I was just down there. Do you know Channel 5, the YouTube channel?
I've heard of it.
Okay. They were down the Pine
Haven't
Barrens. I
heard of
took
it.
them out. Yeah. And it should be coming out. Well, it's today. It should be coming out the end of this month, actually, is our Channel 5 debut with the Jersey Devil. Looking for. We actually got Andrew, he's the main guy on the channel. He got goat's blood, which the Jersey Devil's supposed to suck, out of goats, kill
Mhm.
goats and eat their goats and suck their blood. We smeared the goat's blood on a tree and then trail camered it. It's pretty cool. So you have to watch the episode to see what happens, but it was awesome.
Yeah. So okay, I had to refresh my memory here. Okay. Yeah. That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, he's got a couple people that follow him.
Got a couple. 2.4 million. Like one or two. It's like one or two.
Yeah. But that'll be fun.
People-
That's
See people living your dream with all those YouTube followers.
man. Yeah. Maybe one day.
Hey, I'm mapping it out. I am all about analytics when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I hate it. I hate it when when I'm trying to figure out how to get something accomplished or achieve a goal, and someone says, "Oh, you just got to stick at it, and eventually it'll come." And I'm like, "Well, fuck that! I can't
No.
just stick with something without a goal in mind. I'm an only child with ADHD. I'm gonna drive off a bridge before I do some stuff like that." And so I got to figure out the path, like Moneyball. Remember the movie Moneyball, Brad Pitt,
Yeah.
where he
Mhm.
figures out the analytics of just how to make that's Moneyball is like my therapy.
Yeah.
Like that's
No.
how I do everything.
Yeah, that's
And
awesome.
what's he do? He gets on base.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to hire you on as my analytics guy, so you can help me over here.
I so I try to do jujitsu, and I'm hurt right now, and I'm almost back to where I can go back. But when I was first starting, I'm like, everybody's like, we just gotta stick with it, just keep going. I'm like, this stuff hurts, man. I can't just keep going. I need to know that I'm accomplishing something because I'm leaving here and I can't walk to my truck.
Mm.
and so I started monitoring the Instagram of the gym I went to. I started going, I found my limit about 3 to 4 times a week.
Yeah.
And I discovered that anytime I went 3 to 4 times a week for 8 weeks, there was a promotion ceremony. So I'm like, found it, tested it out. Sure enough, worked every time. And so I'm like,
Nice.
it kind of lost its luster to me because I figured out how to crack the system a little bit. but like everybody's like, when are you going to come back? And I'm thinking, I'll come back. I just need like 16 weeks. And I'll be right back in it. But I also gained 20 pounds since I quit because I got hurt. So I'm going to wait till I get back down before I don't get back in there and pull a freaking hammy or something.
Well, yeah, you got to be careful of that.
Yeah, it's not the easy way. It's the smartest way. That's what I call it. It's not like you're not just feeling your way in the dark. You figure out the way to do it. Put some effort into it.
Yeah.
It's like the 4-hour work week strategy. Quit what needs quitting.
Just do what you need to do. That's all you got to do.
Just got to stick with it. Man, give me anxiety. The reason I used to smoke cigarettes.
You're a quitter too?
Mm-hmm. Long ago. I didn't smoke for long, but I had to quit.
Yeah.
Oral fixation.
Yeah. I used to smoke. I stopped like 3 years ago or something like that.
Oh, I quit 17 or 18 years ago. I just did it in college because it was fun to do. It's like being in jail. You got hours at a time with nothing happening.
Mm-hmm. I'm an EMT by trade, so kind of ironically enough, that's what got me into smoking.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that was kind of ironic. I remember after like ambulance calls, I used to have to hide behind the building to try to puff down a cigarette before the next call. That was always a pain.
I'm surprised you don't vape now. Well, there we go. See, I guessed it. Most EMTs I know vape like a chimney.
Yeah. Well, that was a past life. I don't do EMT work anymore. I do this full time, Bigfoot full time. So
in your badass Subaru.
Yeah, it is a pretty bad. Subaru actually just got back from the shop again today. I had I have a sunroof, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the way he explained it was like the drain comes down from the sunroof and it comes down like the A-pillar of your car and then supposed to go outside of your car. Mine got disconnected and was dangling down on my floorboard. So all the water from the top of my car just puddled underneath my floorboard. So I had like I didn't have a puddle in there. I had literally the Pacific Ocean in there. So
but that smelled nice too.
Oh yeah, it was wonderful. Thankfully they put the whatchamacallit on they did some old refresher through the air system HVAC unit and something. I don't know. It smells all right now. So, but that's all right. I'm going to Florida next week, so it needed to be done. And that actually,
it's going to rain in Florida no matter what.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah. I actually haven't checked out the weather forecast yet, but it's it's supposed to be like one of the wettest winters they've had down there. So.
Right now it's cold.
It's
hardly ever cold down there.
Yeah, I'm not excited about that either. So hopefully next week it'll be warm enough. I got a private event that I'm doing down there, so I'm excited. I'm going to be out camping, but it's going to be a little bit chilly, I think.
I think it's cool you're going to Foley. You should go to Lambert's while you're there.
What's that?
It's like a big Cracker Barrel.
Oh, really?
But they throw the food at you. Yeah, it's amazing. They throw these big old rolls at you. You know, like the giant rolls you get at Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
That look like a top of a hand.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. They throw big ones like that at you. They'll take it and they'll
they chuck them?
Oh, yeah. They'll scream. They'll scream, hot rolls. You put your hand up. I always try to intercept them. They got good stuff
All
there
right.
too. They bring around that you order like a meat and three kind of thing, but they also bring around like giant bowls. I'm talking these little women got cauldrons under their arms and they're scooping
Mm.
stuff out
Oh,
that you
nice.
get like macaroni and beans and things like that.
Oh, that sounds glorious.
Foley, man. Foley's kind of good. There's one of those in actually, well, I'm not going to do it now, but I got one of their giant cups up here
Oh, cool.
that yeah. Get up and distracted, take my stormtrooper stuff down to show it to you.
Mm.
But yeah, it's a big old place. Like fit like 1,000 people in there, and just people walking around throwing rolls at you.
I'm gonna have to get the name of that place from you. That's funny. What's it called?
Lambert's.
Lambert's. I'm writing it down.
Yeah, Wendell, he is coming to Alabama. He's going to Butler County, Choctaw County, and Foley. Then he's making an I-10 journey to the left.
Yes.
Down to I-10. Anything south of I-10, you're a coon ass. That's the rule. In Mississippi, Louisiana, and Alabama.
Yeah, if you go on my website, shadowofredeye.com, you can see all the location details, where I'm going to be, the time, and everything like that. So,
and if you go to the description of this video, all his stuff's on there, all the pertinence.
Look at that.
Yep, it's all there.
Man with a plan.
Yep, website,
Love
YouTube, and Facebook. Hey, I ain't playing. This is real. This is legit organization, people. Spare no expense. Think it's a fly by night? You think this is my mom's basement? This is my basement. I am my mama. He doesn't need to come up your way, Wendell. He'll get shot at. Man's leaving New Jersey. You don't want to come to a worse area.
It's hard to get too much worse than Camden.
Blink, 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 blink. I love watching Bob's Burgers on the Jersey Shore. Linda. When is it? Yeah. They had snow in the we had snow everywhere. It's rough. Wow. We still got snow. We had snow Monday night, and I can't walk outside of my house right now.
That's crazy.
Jill says yes, Alabama.
She's my
Mr. Duffy thinks he just wrote the Cracker Barrel joke. They call it the Cracker Barrel because it's just white people crammed in a wooden room. Cracker Barrel's delicious, man. I don't care. I don't know how you don't like it. Like I'm Southern and like real Southern, and my grandparents cook like it, but I still like Cracker Barrel, even though it's not as good as regular stuff. The closest thing I've ever eaten at a restaurant that tastes like my grandparents' food is Paula Dean's.
Paula Dean's.
And yeah, she's got the Paula Dean's restaurant in like Gatlinburg and Savannah.
Okay.
But Cracker Barrel's kind of click to the lunchroom kind of version of all the food, but it's still good. I mean, the breakfast is amazing. The pancakes, there's no better pancakes that you can get without making them yourself.
See, now what you got to do is share this with Cracker Barrel and get them to, pay you.
Yeah. We're not your mamaw, but we're close.
Yeah.
And you can sample the little CDs in the country store. The Oak Ridge Boys and the Hank Williams gospel album.
Nice.
Every time we go to road trip, we go to Cracker Barrel because that's like the first exit in Nashville when we leave.
Oh, yeah.
Like we were so hungry.
Like a tradition, right?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
What the Cracker Barrel once? Man, Duffy's just gained 20 pounds. What'd you eat?
That's
I'm in
a lot
keto.
of food.
I go to Cracker Barrel and just get eggs and a piece of meat. Hamburger, steak, and eggs, man. You don't have to make yourself fat when you eat at Cracker Barrel.
My go-to food when I'm on expeditions is Domino's. Don't know why, but it's like as soon as I get set up at camp and get a fire going, and it's like I got all this food to cook, it's like I totally don't want to cook. It's like, where's the closest Domino's, and do they deliver to my location? And they never do.
I was gonna say, I bet that's a hard one to find.
There are, yeah, if you're in a good squatching area, if you have a Domino's delivery team, that's going to deliver out to you. If you do, you're probably not in the best squatchy area.
I was
Need to
going to
get
say it's
more.
got to be
Yeah.
it's got to be a good reference point if you
Yeah.
get delivered to. Because where I grew up, you couldn't get anything delivered. You had to go and you had to drive like 10 minutes to get to a location under a street light.
Oh, really?
Like a church. There's like a church parking lot that was well lit, and that's where all the delivery drivers would meet.
Oh, geez.
For the people that lived out where I grew up.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And so when I moved to college and I can get pizza delivered, oh, look out.
You took advantage?
We having Supreme, baby. Super. And they're going to, and I could get a 2 liter too. I can get Mountain Dew and a pizza at my house, still in my underwear. Yes. Yes, please. I didn't know what
Welcome
was
to college.
Yeah. And now I can get it happen. Now, like I moved here close to where I work, kind of in a more urban area. And like I order food now. I'm like, when I was little, this is like sorcery.
Mm.
You can just get Jack's delivered to your front door.
It's amazing.
Oh,
yeah, it's amazing what you can do nowadays.
Oh, yeah. So what is that? Wood train
rider.
Oh, we're doing good. How's it going, man? I had to. Dude, just drop the pin. Domino's.
Yeah, I don't know if they have the pin out there. Yeah, I don't know. I guess you gotta have service to get the pin.
Also, I don't think 04 Kias can make it to a lot of places. I don't think 04 Kia Sorrentos and Nissan minivans are going to make it out to some of the places where the squatches are.
Yeah. They need that off-road Domino's delivery truck.
Or a drone, man. Where's the drone?
Drone. There you go, Domino's drone.
Our college, University of Alabama, you would load up every semester. They give you $300. You paid for it. It's part of your tuition.
Mm-hmm.
But on your little university card, your student ID, you'd have $300, and there was about 10 restaurants in the little area that would take them. It was just so people could have money to eat on and enjoy themselves.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and Domino's would do it, and they had the 3 for $15, and many a days, like at a time, you 3 for $15 pizza. You have it's all you'd eat for 4 or 5 days. I'm not even that big a fan of a Domino's, but 3 pizzas are 3 pizzas.
Yeah, you can't beat that deal.
Mm-hmm.
And it's free.
Yep.
Come on.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, it's free like a tax return. Oh, it's free money. Yeah, it's my money.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's the reason everybody was like a big pimping in first of the school year. Be going on dates. Yeah, we'll go eat. Yeah, let's go to the diner.
I got my card.
I got $300. We'd all have parties, like little get-togethers after school and stuff. And like, who's going to use their dining dollars today? I used it last time. It's back and forth.
That's funny.
Duffy's still hung up on getting Domino's to your camping spot. The logistics alone. Look, man, it's Domino's. It doesn't have to be hot. It's never good to begin with.
Yeah, it's not. It's never good. It's never as good as you think it's going to be. I mean, it is pretty good though. It's better than nothing.
Domino's is Domino.
Yeah, it's not.
They have the Philly cheesesteak pizza.
They do. I've had that before. It's not the best.
Oh, that's what my wife always gets.
Oh yeah,
you're supposed to be a fan.
I don't think you should.
I think you're supposed to like it.
I think I'm like a plain guy. I like the plain pizza's good.
I'm all pepperoni. Like I go Supreme sometimes, but if I can get double cheese, double pepperoni, I'm taking it. What's this?
Yeah, changing the prices though.
It's all Duffy show over here. I don't even know what this show's about now. We're off the rails.
We are off the rails, people.
I don't even care. Talking Domino's and Bigfoot. I don't know how old you are.
Bigfoot today.
Yeah, I've talked Bigfoot all damn week. Like, there's not much to talk about once you get past your own experience.
Yeah.
Like we could go into like, is it woo woo or is it not? But you're only going to get so far with that.
Yeah.
Most of the people I know that are all about the woo woo thing are people that habituate with them, like the people that live
That
with them,
does go
and
hand in hand. It seems. Yeah,
yeah,
you're right.
like
Yeah.
Duffy says he sees them. He feeds on his property, and I know half a dozen other people. They're like, yeah, they clip in and out. They mess with my mind. I get headaches. But people like you and me that camp out, we may only see their red eyes and then get a rock thrown at us.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they're just a great ape that are hidden in a cave.
Why? That's the
I don't know.
question. Why
Yeah.
do some people have that activity and some people don't? Is it just location, do you think? Or is it like some people, I've heard people say it's because like they're more spiritual or they're just more
Mhm.
open to experiences or I don't know.
I think there's a difference in the camp experience and I live with them experience. I think that's the
Mm,
difference. I think when you're camping, you'll see them because they walk up. Oh, there's Sonya. Sonya lives a Bigfoot too. She's like an authority on it.
oh,
She
cool.
deals she
Yeah.
deals with them. She deals with them stealing her chickens.
Mm,
Granger County, Tennessee. I'm going to go up there and hang out one weekend. But
cool. Yeah.
like I think when you're camping and you deal with them, like you just deal with them in like and that's one setting. Like however they got there, you're dealing with them in the flesh. They're throwing rocks. You're seeing eyes. That's it. Thermal maybe.
Mhm.
You're not exactly seeing them like go behind a tree and disappear like James Earl Jones. You're
Right.
just dealing with them in like the first person. If that makes sense. But when you're living with them, you get to see them in all aspects because you're in the backyard and one just appears and you get rocks thrown at you and maybe they got a baby. They don't want you to see it, so they're like, not the droid you're looking for.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
my camera focus up.
that makes that makes sense. I mean it's plausible.
That's kind of what I've noticed. Like it's kind of evidence I put together is the camping researching experience is different than habituation.
Mhm.
Like because if you're in your backyard and they have to divert your attention, you're going to get more than just a rock thrown at you while you're just cooking spam. Sonya's just admitted she was in the Klan. Wow. It's just to tell all. I'm just kidding. Just kidding, Sonya. I know what you mean. Yeah, she's got a Klan on her place. And Sonya saw a Wampus cat on her place, a 6 foot tall cat person.
I wonder, and this is a legitimate question, if me and Sonia went out and
She's got a
we
boyfriend.
went I'm not saying that. I'm saying
Just kidding.
I'm saying if we went and we went on a night hike together and universally we place both of us have never been at, say, right?
Mhm.
Are we gonna get the same? Are we gonna leave that hike with the same evidence? You think?
I don't know. Like it's almost like they can tell if your intention.
Yeah.
Like maybe you're going as a researcher and she's out there kind of just trying to connect, like she's not like
Yeah.
trying to change her attitude.
I guess it's two different
Mhm.
philosophies, two different mindsets, if you will.
Warren. Of course, I got to make Betty White's quote from that movie is she said, you know what I'm talking about? You can't feed that a cow. She said, if I had a dick, this is where I'd tell you to suck it. Yeah, it's like I don't think like either one of you would have much different. I mean, maybe since your like intention is a researcher, it may be different. Like maybe trying to keep away from it a little bit.
Right. That's curious. I've never really thought about that.
Sonya's Betty White. She did talk about how she was senile today. Somebody called Office Space an 80s movie and we were all just offended. It's his Lake. Lake Placid was such a good movie.
Yeah. I was
I
just watched Lake Placid like, I don't know, 2 months ago. It's funny.
You're coming through Sonya's backyard on your way down.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm. Just north of Knoxville.
Oh, okay.
You're going to be on 65. You're going to be on I-40 at one point. That's the rules. I don't make it.
That's the rules of just coming south.
Yep. Yeah, you're playing with I-40, 75, and 65, no matter how you toss it. I thought I was going over the Cumberland Gap one time. Ended up on 65 through the Smokies or 40 through the Smokies. Holy Jesus!
Yeah,
That's-
I backpacked the Smokies once, and our trailhead was off of 40, and let me tell you,
Mhm.
that's a crazy ride. That's very interesting.
We saw a bear that had been hit by a car.
Oh,
if that's what like 10% what a Bigfoot sighting is, that's amazing.
yeah.
Because just like this giant being sprawled out. Now, just on the mainland side of the Outer Banks, we saw a bear that got hit by a car, but it looked like it was sleeping.
Oh yeah.
Like it looked like it was like sprawled out for an exhibit, like arms
Aw.
facing, head like this.
Yeah. Aw. I hate to see animals that get hit by cars.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What the?
Hollywood sucks.
What is stuff? I know why he sees Bigfoots. He's on shrooms all the time. Yeah, you should hear Sonia's Wampus Cat story because that's wild. Like one just appeared, it whistles and everything. She looked up and there's this cryptid
Oh yeah.
sitting there. It's like a giant cat.
Oh, that's cool. That's interesting. And where's that? That's in Tennessee?
Mm-hmm. It's not part of the Smokies, but it's kind of close to it.
You should go to the Smoky Mountain Bigfoot Festival this year.
I probably will. It's only a couple hours away.
Yeah, I think I'm waiting to hear back from him, but I think I'm going to be there. We go squatching. I'll tell you where I'm camping. We go. It's right in the beginning of my big Midwest tour, so that'd be cool.
Our family summer big trip is like the priority. And once that gets scheduled, that's when I can start doing everything else.
Then you get to schedule everything else. Yeah, gotcha.
But
where do you normally get?
Like anywhere. Montana, Outer Banks.
Oh, neat.
Maine. I think Maine is like number one on the list this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Maine's beautiful, man. It's awesome.
Because I kind of want to go to Tim Hortons.
Try
like a real because the coffee I drink now is like imported Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
I wonder what this is like because this is amazing when you just make it at home. I can't imagine it like in a store,
like fresh, just like fresh from the decanter or whatever.
It's the most amazing ground coffee that you can just get in a big can. I'm like, this stuff is like got to have crack in it to be this good. Like at my house. Like I'm 4,000 miles from the nearest Tim Hortons, and it's just as good. It's so good that I've even got it on my episodes now. I put like a link to it in the description.
Tim Hortons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just below your Facebook page, just below your Facebook link is the Tim Hortons nice. Amazon product link because that's what I drink when I do this.
There you go.
Not tonight.
Talk about a sponsor. Yeah.
I'm drinking pre-workout tonight, but because I got tired, I've had so much coffee this week, I had to stop.
Yeah.
Dip it like snuff. No, man. I can't do coffee quite like that.
Dip the coffee. Oh my god.
Yeah, they make these little beans you can chew on, like candy beans.
Oh yeah,
candy
they do.
Coffee beans.
Yeah, I've heard about them.
When I was studying for a big IT certification, one guy suggested getting a bag of them, keeping them in because when you go to these testing centers, you get a locker, and you can come in and out. It's like an airport security. It's like TSA every time.
Yeah.
And you get your little locker. He said you get something put in there and get a handful, and you get a caffeine boost without having to have coffee there, and without having to go, pee every 15 minutes.
Yeah. Huh. Smart.
But I didn't. I didn't know those existed. Like you can just eat caffeine, like get fat and awake. That's what I need. That's awesome. What else? Where are we at? I'm really having a good time. Like I'm not really acknowledging I'm doing a podcast right now. I'm just happy to be having human interaction.
Yeah, we're just talking at this point.
Yeah,
it's great.
We got Sonia in the chat. She came down to our dimension to talk.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the dog man thing as compared?
I've been asked that a lot lately. I haven't. I camped like a lot. Like I think I camped like 129 nights like last year or something like that. I've never come across anything dogman-y. I'm not saying it's not out there, but I'm just saying I just haven't. I just haven't come across any evidence of dogman. I don't know. I think
They seem to be in one place. Like you
Land
don't
Between
just
the
go
Lakes.
to like woods into South Dakota and see a dog man. It's always like near
Yeah.
the same place where dog men are.
Yeah, I know Land Between the Lakes is a big dogman place. I'm going to be going there this year too, which is awesome.
That's what I was about to ask.
Yeah, that's going to be a trip and a half. I'm out there doing one library, but I'm out there for I think 4 or 5 nights. So I got like a whole like 4 days to do whatever I want to. And
Do you
just
know the dates
investigate.
you're going to that one?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Because me and my daughter do things. My oldest daughter, she's versatile, and
Yeah.
like I plan on taking her up there and shooting like a mini doc here pretty soon.
No kidding.
It's not
All
far
right.
from us, like 2 or 3 hours from where I live.
Oh, that's not bad at all. Yeah, I'll get with you. I'll give you the dates.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun. We got several places like the Talladega National Forest. You got Bankhead National Forest, and that's within inside of an hour.
Nice.
And I just like to. I'd like to go shoot a mini doc, and not even like for the purpose of seeing something, but like the squatchability of a place, like the signs and like how near water and the ravines.
Yeah.
And where you would go to look for them from the information
Right.
I'm gathered.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I like that.
Maybe get a tree peeker on camera, as I'm
Yeah.
panning back and forth.
How old's your daughter?
11.
Yeah, get her involved in it too. That'd be awesome. That'd
I
be
got
really
11,
cool.
9, and 3.
Oh wow, busy.
Yeah, I am very. But she's almost as tall as I am. She goes to the paranormal shows with me. Always meets weird anime kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, would you stop bringing the anime kids home? I'm about to shoot one of them, and they're gonna try to do a ritual on me.
Yeah.
Duff says you're a cool dude. Didn't react negatively to anything anybody said.
Wow. Didn't expect that one from Duffy. I appreciate that.
He tests
Thank you,
the
my
fences like a velociraptor.
friend.
Yeah, just goes hard.
It was a test. I see now. I see. I passed the test. I understand.
I've not passed the test. He just comes at me all the time. Like a prison fight every time I go live. Did nothing to the man. What's this? Ex-wife saw the Lakewood lichen. What the hell? Suburban Lakewood, Colorado. What is
Lichen? I don't know what that
lichen?
is.
Is that like a liger?
Lichen.
I don't know what that is. They who was it I had on the other night that saw Daryl Ninton said he saw a dog man at Land Between the Lakes.
Yeah. He's got a cool story about that.
Right next to his car, and it zapped him.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
I know.
I kind of want to get zapped, but I don't want to like get some kind of disease.
So I think so. And here's a weird thing. I think I got zapped by Bigfoot one time, right? And that could be like paranormalish, but I think Bigfoot actually has like the ability to have infrasound. I think it makes sense. Predators have it, primates have it, so tigers have it. Yep. So I was just hiking on this trail that I could hike. I could hike. I've hiked it not hundreds of times, but enough times where I could do it daytime, nighttime, backwards, upside down, right? And I was doing it at night one time. I got dropped off at the trailhead. I planned to do like a big one-way hike, and I got dropped off the trailhead about a quarter of the mile, maybe a half mile into the hike. I felt like I hit a brick wall. I got like stopped, like boom, and all the hair stood up on the back of my neck. And I was like, uh-oh, something doesn't want me here. And then I looked over, I saw a tree break that wasn't there the week prior. And it's all on my YouTube channel. I recorded the whole thing. And I stood there for about 2 minutes, and I was like, nope, got to get out of here. And it was like the only hike that I'd never finished. It's crazy. I actually had to call my buddy and be like, hey, you got to come back and pick me up because this is not happening right now.
Yeah,
But
you got hit with it.
I think it's the
They
only
gave you
thing.
that warning shot.
Yeah, and that was crazy. I can't attribute that to anything else in the woods. It can't be anything else in the woods. That's the thing about it.
Just that feeling, man. Could be that or like some kind of guardian angel thing, but either way.
Something. I don't know. That's crazy. But yeah, anybody that wants to check that out, it's on my YouTube channel at Shadow of Red Eye.
In the shadow of Big Red Eye. That thumbnail for this video, I tried to get AI to make like just. I tried to get it to make like a modern version of the damn cave painting. And I'm like, to be artificial intelligence, you sure are stupid. Like, I'm like, I spelled out. You're supposed to spell it out all detailed. It just kept coming, and the thing has duckbills on the thumbnail, and luckily, because they're kind of smaller, whenever you put them on YouTube, you can't tell it. Yeah. But when it's full size, man, the fucking thing's got duckbills.
Oh, nice.
Sonya says you got hit.
Yeah.
I kind of want that to happen to me, but not like maybe like that level, but then bounce.
Yeah. It wasn't like I didn't like pass out or anything.
Yeah,
Although not that time. I did pass out doing a Bigfoot call one time. That's also on my YouTube channel. I had to share that again.
She had the same thing happen to her when she came across the property from the back. I thought it was abducted, times missing. Oh yeah, you did have that thing. Sonya lost time at one point.
Wow, that's crazy. That's cool. I got a new Bigfoot hat yesterday.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's happening right now. I'm gonna delete this whole episode. What? Wayne? Which Wayne? Wayne Titherow? Wayne's coming on my show in a couple of weeks. Maybe next week.
Maybe.
Wayne lives in Chattanooga. Hopefully one day, I hope one day whenever I get like bigger, like in the next, whatever the next echelon is, like I can incorporate some of these other shows into mine or get absorbed. I don't care either way. However I make it.
What is the next level for you?
I don't know. It's just kind of maybe where I can like, maybe I make enough somehow with merchandise and YouTube to like pay my mortgage each month.
Yeah.
And then maybe after that make enough to quit my job and travel and the house is paid off somehow. I don't know. I'm kind of like charting it out to see what it looks like, because I know what a monetized YouTube channel looks like because I have one.
Yeah.
But just don't use it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's realistic if I put any effort into it to get enough to pay at least the mortgage each month.
That's awesome, man. That'd be, I mean, that's I'm sure a load that you wouldn't have to worry about.
That's like it's like a de facto kind of thing. I really would like to do it all. I'd like to get some kind of deal with the History Channel and buy a Sprinter van and travel across the country like you.
Well, I don't have a Sprinter van yet. That's my next big purchase. Yeah.
It's on my vision board though. Tan Winnebago Rebel.
The Bigfoot Mobile Command Center 2.
Mm-hmm. Maybe with a giant wrap on it, like Cal Naughton Jr.
Yes.
Or like just wrapped in something gaudy. 30-foot version of my face on it. Why are you going? Are you talking about? Oh, Sonya's talking about the Bigfoot Odyssey or Paranormal Odyssey. I'm like, okay. I'm going on there in February too. What if it's the same day? I should try to shoehorn my way onto Sonya's episode. Duffy, I've asked you to come on here 97 times. I'm trying to get on your show. You got more subs than I do. I need you. You don't need me. I do have Bigfoot shit on my wall. Bigfoot stuff everywhere. I guess we can start wrapping up. Kind of just hanging out at this point.
Yeah, we can start wrapping up if you want. I got some stuff.
some stuff. I don't want to go to bed.
Stuff.
I've got to
Yeah.
telework again tomorrow because my work's closed.
Oh, so you're still working? It's not like you don't have off. You gotta still. Do
Well,
work
I'm in this seat just looking at another computer.
Ugh. Yeah.
As I play my Netflix on my laptop over here. Hey, I'm telling you, if the Bigfoot pays, like, I'm not ashamed of the fact that I have a Bigfoot podcast. I don't talk about it that often. Somebody asks, I tell them,
Yeah.
and I explain to them I explained to him I started with an all-encompassing podcast, and the rule of thumb is what works you double down on.
Right.
And I just ended up here, and because I doubled down, and I just put a Bigfoot logo on the thumbnail, and people show up, and so it works. And I don't question what works. I just keep doing what works.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yeah. If anybody asked me how do you start a podcast, I would say start it with everybody. Reach out to everybody who's interesting, and any subject matter you're interested in. Find those people, and whichever one of those catches gets a bite, set the hook and go toward that.
I love it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Could be anything. It could be how to make chili in a crock pot every week. But if they're watching by the hundreds, that's what you talk about. Thoughts, Bob?
I know with my show, like the one thing, see, it's interesting that you went from large to small. I would go the other way. I would be more broader. I would be more encompassing with like paranormal stuff, I think.
I do a 70-30.
Yeah, 70-30, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm soul Bigfoot right now. So that's kind of, I think it's not hindering me, but it's just not it's not, I don't do any like the dog man, mothman, or anything like that. I'm just not into that as much, I guess.
Well, I'm writing my little blurb. You know how some people have a podcast and they'll do like a 2-sentence thing, like this is the podcast where we talk about this for your personal needs.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's going to be like it's something along the lines of a Bigfoot podcast and encompasses every aspect of phenomenon, which includes paranormal and aliens, because they could be connected. Trying to figure out how they are connected.
Yeah.
And plus, if I don't talk about something else every few weeks, I get kind of stir crazy, cabin fever in the subject matter. And so I got to break it up. Like I'm having angel number people on like 3 weeks in a row coming up, and I can't wait.
Oh, cool.
And we're not even going to talk about Bigfoot. We're going to talk about guardian angels and stuff like that, which I think is loosely close to the same phenomenon.
Yeah.
Elementals and the whatnot. I think it's all connected. I don't think it's a monkey that can hide from you really well.
For
the most
maybe.
part.
We don't know.
I'm okay if it uses the caves and that the wood knocking is echolocation. I would love for that to be the case. I would take it all day long, twice on Sundays. But I don't know.
It's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Wood knocking echolocation, they can use but how do they get to the cave so quick? I don't know. But they're doing something. I'm exploring all aspects.
It's great that you're doing it, though. It's great you're having all these different types of people on to try to explore everything, explore the different aspects of whatever this thing may be. I think it's great.
I think the phenomenon is bigger than the actual, the shape, the thing, Bigfoot. I think it goes way bigger.
Yeah. I
think it's an entire like genre of whatever the hell's happening on the fourth dimension or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm okay with the bottom level, the Jane Goodall version. I'm okay with like what's his name? Sunbow Truth Seller. Anything in between. You know what I'm talking about? Sunbow?
Yeah.
Who claims he's 1/8 Sasquatch?
Yeah.
That's a fun guy to talk to.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, just keep going, man. Keep going. Just keep talking. Anyway, all right, y'all. Thanks for watching. I didn't mean to go down a rabbit hole there, but yeah, have a good time doing this. I love podcasting. My next one's going to be about stand-up comedy review only. Once I get going, that's going to be one of them. I can't wait. Meet all the comedians. I met a half a dozen doing this show, so
I'm sure you find a lot of comedians in Bigfoot as well.
There's more overlap than you think.
Yeah,
they like crazy stuff, especially the ones on mushrooms. I mean, I watched that docuseries Joe Rogan Questions Everything once a week.
Yeah.
It's a 6-episode show, and I watch it once a week.
His have you heard his Bigfoot podcasts?
The ones Joe Rogan's?
Yeah.
Like the ones
he got he had Bobo Moneymaker on there.
Oh yeah, I've heard those.
Yeah. Okay.
Obviously, but yeah, but it's all the same when it comes to that. He always talks about how something looks fake and it is, and it's like, But, yeah, I've seen those. He thinks Patterson Gimlin's a suit.
Mm-hmm.
It could be. You never know. All right, everybody. Let's see. He is at shadowofredeye.com, and that's in the description and all things. It's a lot of cool stuff there. If you go to that website, any way to find him is there. So yeah, just look in the description. It's all there, and you can find him. He's got his world tour coming up. Hello, we love you, Dark Continent. Good night. And yeah, so this has been Mike. How do you pronounce your last name? Familant?
You were doing it right. Yeah, Familant. That was good. Yep.
Okay, yeah, it looks. I'll say it once right and wrong the next time, so I got to keep doing it.
Oh yeah, you've been good. Yeah, you've been solid, like 3 out of 3 so far. You're good.
I do a thing. I find whoever's on my show, and I watch shows they're on and how those people say it.
Yeah.
I don't like to be caught off guard too much. Sometimes I just forget.
Smart. You think ahead.
Yeah, I got a little bit of professionalism about me. At my actual job, fuck that, I don't have any. But on this, yeah, I think ahead. My actual job, you would swear I wasn't on lewds half the time, but that's another subject. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a great night, guys.
See everybody here tomorrow night, same time, for Natasha with the conspiracy creeps and cryptids. Peace.
I never didn't believe in Bigfoot. I never believed in it. I didn't believe in it. I never gave it any thought.
They kept wood knocking back and forth to each other, and it was in a pattern.
Barn owls don't typically throw rocks.
I come across these tracks.
Sasquatch is still not on my mind.